begin our focus with a story that possibly has really become bigger in the last few hours, ever since, remember, reports came in of what possibly has gone wrong with Puja Khedkar. Now, who really is Puja Khedkar? Why is she in this controversy? Let's tell you a little bit more about this. Now, this, remember, is about the selection to the IAS that continues to be amongst the most sought after and demanding career options in the country right now. This is clear from the sheer number of people who attempt the UPSC examinations and the pains, quite literally, that they go through to prepare. And even in contemporary times, despite the opening up of private jobs, a lot of these opportunities, the lure, the influence, and the sheer power of being a civil servant remains an enticing option for many. For one newly minted IAS officer, however, the priority appears to have been completely different, and this has landed her in a huge soup. Let's introduce Dr. Puja Khedkar. She's a 2023 batch IAS officer of the Maharashtra cadre. She's in the eye of this huge storm after the Pune collector, under whom she was recently posted, complaints to the Chief Secretary about the liberties that she was taking and the perks that she was demanding. Now, in fact, what happened is that several of these demands, that includes she wanted an official car, she wanted a cabin, she wanted accommodation. All this was made even before she could formally take charge. And despite all this, Puja, being a probation officer or a trainee, not being legible for the same. So she was not legible for this, but she wanted all this. But the story doesn't end here. Undaunted by precedents and legibility requirements, Puja seemingly also is pressurizing senior officials to deliver on all these claims, her wants, her demands. But there is more to the story. Now, following the collector's complaint, Dr. Puja has now been transferred from Pune to Vashim. And when she was questioned about these claims against her, as she joined a new posting, she declined to speak. First up, listen in to Puja herself, who is in the eye of this huge storm. And what is it that we've been able to hear from her?
I'm not authorized to speak anything right now, so I cannot comment on this.
आज join करना है?
Oh, I'm very happy to join in Washim district, and I'm looking forward to working in it. I'm not authorized to speak anything right now, so I cannot comment on this.
आज join करना है?
Oh, I'm very happy to join in Washim district, and I'm looking forward to working in it.
She doesn't want to say much. She says, I'm not authorized to speak. Clearly, she knows that rule. But what about the other things? What about the other rules that she wanted to circumvent? As per the collector's letter and the findings of the RTI activist, it has now come to light that Dr. Puja had claimed that she, remember, was an OBC non-creamy layer in her UPSC application. Now, this again, remember, is an important strata, and this is about the 8 lakh limit that the government sets in case you need to apply through this OBC non-creamy layer. But her father, who's a retired administrative officer, had contested the Lok Sabha elections and listed his annual income, look at this, at 47 lakhs. That is his affidavit, which again is far more than that 8 lakh creamy layer threshold. The family's wealth is also listed in excess of 40 crore rupees. That again, remember, are not claims. This is what has been mentioned in his affidavit. Dr. Puja further is allegedly claimed that she had multiple disabilities, including mental illness, poor vision. But then she also skips the UPSC's call for a medical examination multiple times. She also submitted a private medical report instead of appearing for these examinations. Now, when the UPSC took the entire matter to the appellate tribunal, it ruled against her selection. But it did not impact her becoming an IAS officer, and she correspondingly underwent training in Mussoorie and in Bhandara before being appointed to the Pune Collectorate. And at the Pune Collectorate, she demanded again special privileges and facilities, like see a car. She wanted a cabin. She also called for an accommodation. She even allegedly occupied an additional collector's chamber. She got letterheads and a nameplate for herself. All this was happening while not being legible because she was a trainee. Now, it is alleged that her father pressurized the district collector's office to provide all these invalid perks. In fact, we've spoken to the RTI activist, Vijay, who actually raised this entire issue. And it is in response to that RTI that all these details have come forward. Listen in to all the details he's sharing with us.
ये इसमें मैंने कोई आरटीआई वगैरह नहीं डाला था। जब ये पूजा खेड़कर का बिहेवियर सामने आया, उसकी खबरें आने लगी, तो मैंने पब्लिक डोमेन में जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स है वो हासिल की। जैसे कुछ उनके आईएएस के डॉक्यूमेंट्स थे वो यूपीएससी की वेबसाइट पर थे, कुछ कैट के डिसीजंस थे, उनके पिताजी ने इलेक्शन लड़ा था तो उनका एफिडेविट जो था वो ईसीआई की वेबसाइट पर था। वहां से मैंने निकाला और उसमें से जो उसका रिलेशन लगाया मैंने, उसकी वजह से ये सारा घपला सामने आया है।
और किस किस तरह के डिटेल्स सामने आ रहे हैं?
समझ में ये आया कि उन्होंने पहले तो नॉन क्रीमी लेयर ओबीसी का सर्टिफिकेट दिया था, वैसे यूपीएससी की वेबसाइट पर लिखा है, मल्टीपल डिसेबिलिटीज लिखा था, वो भी उतर की वेबसाइट पर है। लेकिन उनका जो पिताजी का और माताजी का एफिडेविट इलेक्शन कमीशन में है, उसमें उनकी टोटल प्रॉपर्टी 40 करोड़ की दिखाई दे रही है। उनके पिताजी के पिछले साल का इनकम 43 लाख दिखाई दिया है। क्रीमी लेयर का सर्टिफिकेट उसी को मिलता है जिनकी सालाना आमदनी 8 लाख से कम होती है। अगर 8 लाख से कम होती है तो उनको बिल्कुल वो जायज है कि उनको क्रीमी लेयर मिले। लेकिन यहाँ तो पिताजी की संपत्ति 40 करोड़ की है, माताजी की संपत्ति और कई सौ एकड़ की, तो फिर ये उनको कैसे मिल सकता है? या तो वो गलत है या तो ये गलत है। उनको जब देखा उनके इंस्टाग्राम के वीडियोज वगैरह, तो कहीं से भी तो वो विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड लगती नहीं।
Let's also get you more details on this story that we are tracking. We've also accessed Pooja's WhatsApp chats to senior officials that reveal how she was putting pressure on them to deliver on her demands. In one of these messages that will be just up on your screens, she's asking for an update on accommodation, her travel, her car, and a cabin also for herself. And when they said that they will look into this once, she formally joins, she said all this, Nilesh, should be done before she joins. So clearly she spoke with a lot of authority, very well aware of what the rules say, what the rules do not say. Now, at the first instance, Nilesh, it's hard to believe that such a story, such an episode really could happen in real life.
Well, absolutely, it is an interesting case that has come to light. We all know the power, the authority that an administrative officer holds. But Puja, in this particular matter, holds the power twice that of a normal officer, because her family backdrop or family background has been of an administrative service. Her father was a commissioner in Pollution Board of Pune, while her grandfather was also into the administrative service. Her father has now recently contested the Lok Sabha elections, due to which I think we will be able to understand the power dominance that this family had over the administrative services. It is known that various officers on various levels knew the kind of things or the kind of strategies that this lady has been trying for various months. Even before her probation begins, she has been seen texting, WhatsApping other officials in Pune, administrative services, requesting or demanding, we can say, of a particular cabin in a particular design, having a different closet, having a different signature style, having a different letterhead is what is being demanded by her. However, all of this is not suitable for a trainee officer. However, she keeps on insisting and later keeps forcing that if it cannot be done by the junior officials, we have to move to senior officials. I'll speak to the collector of Pune. So this shows the power dominance that she has been experiencing. And if we talk about before her joining date, that is 2023, she has been enjoying the power by misusing various documents and not appearing for the medical certificates.
Nilesh, let's do one thing. Let's unravel this story one by one. It has a lot of viewers' interest, and people also want to know, Nilesh, that one critical question, that in spite of now knowing that a lot of these documents were fake ones, that she used to secure that position, how is she still in that position? Before you answer that, let's also shed a little bit light about the kind of politics that you have seen on the entire matter. The BJP, remember, which is a part of the ruling Mahayuti government in the state, says that it will be taking action in case it is found to be necessary. Listen into reactions that have come in right now from the party and also then from the opposition.
देखिए, ऐसा है कि ऐसी कोई भी आईएएस के ऊपर अगर आपत्ति होगी तो उसके ऊपर हमारी सरकार कार्रवाई करेगी ना। कोई भी लॉ के बड़ा नहीं है, कायदे से बड़ा कोई नहीं है, और जिसने कुछ भी गलत किया रहेगा, रूल के बाहर जाके काम किया रहेगा, उसके ऊपर कार्रवाई होगी।
I don't know what has gone wrong with UPSC. This has come from the time the country came into existence. This is a civil service exam. People study for 2 to 3 years. And if this kind of malpractices are seen in India will be cut into a sorry figure. Because the best of the administrative officers, the best of the bureaucracy has come from UPSC. And they have shown a good way to the state. They are the real backbone of the government.
Let's also get you more breaking updates. We've been able to access the complaint of the additional collector who confirms that it was Puja's father who lobbied for her. Clearly, so a lot of things now getting clearer. We'll get in our colleague Nilesh back, and that's the letter that I just referred to that is also on your screens. A complaint of the additional collector, Nilesh. So things obviously becoming very clear now. But the point is that how is, her position then even tenable? People are asking if she used fake certificates, and that has now come to light. She was applying undue pressure. How is she still continuing in a position? Is there going to be any action?
Well, that is a question which is getting difficult to answer, not only for us, for the system, but also for Puja herself, because we give visuals and bites where she is seen speaking to media and says, I have taken the Wasim post, however, I'm not authorized to talk about anything else. But it raises a lot many questions of how this lady has been authorized to forge document, to force other junior and senior officials to give her a special treatment. And this is something that is being a tough question being asked to her, and hence this reply that she is not authorized to answer any other questions. However, politics is also taking a turn with this regards, wherein the ruling and the opposition both have demanded to take action against this lady. Vijay Vadettiwa, the leader of opposition, has demanded action to be taken against her. We also saw how the letter was given out to the Chief Secretary by the Pune collector, which mentions step by step chronologically how this lady has been into probation, however wanted to experience the power of an IAS officer, and this being the first week into her job, or even before being into a job. And now we can only assume what such officers would have been doing if they would be sitting in chair. And this is some serious allegation which is being raised on to her. And the proof is not only into public domain, but it is also on official papers, and it has been continuing since months. And thus it raises a lot many questions. Why no action has been taken as of now? She has been transferred from Pune to Wasim, but why not a suspension about
so will that happen,
on her?
Nilesh? That is